notified when a new video gets uploaded. Don't miss out on our dynamite lineup.
If you like listening to this station, DZRJ 810 AM, there's no excuse not to listen anywhere and wherever you want. Listen on your phone or computer anytime, anywhere in the world. Just download the app for free. How do you download? If you have an Android phone or tablet, go to Google Play Store. If you have an iPhone or iPad, go to Apple App Store. It's that simple. You have 3 choices. Just type in TuneIn Radio. Once the app is downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. For Radio Garden app, once it's downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. And for Streema app, that's STREEMA. And once it's downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. And now you can enjoy DZRJ 810 AM anytime and anywhere. Hey, it's free.
You are watching the multi-awarded Radio Bandido TV on Channel 224 Sky Cable and TV Plus boxes. Simulcast on DZRJ 810 AM. Informing, advising, and entertaining the Filipinos and OFWs around the world. Streaming live on www.facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM or on YouTube, channel DZRJ 810 AM Radio Bandido.
Naka-mute na naman ako. Grabe talaga. But anyway, hello mga peeps. 2 tulog na lang. Election na. Diba? There is this funny meme post that I saw just the other day. Diba? Sabi daw niya, ibalik ang ninakaw. Bakit daw yung magnanakaw ang ibabalik? O diba? Touche. Nakakatawa talaga ang mga Filipino. But I guess, as they said, we are actually one of the happiest people in the planet. So kahit ano tinatawanan. Anyway, so guys, whether senators or president or VP posts, diba? Please naman guys, choose yung may track record ng honest leaders. At kung pwede naman, please lang, wag naman, kung magboboto kayo ng artista, iboto nyo na lang din ako. Diba? But anyway, I really don't like politics. Sabihin mo nang galing ako sa isang dynasty. I still won't because I really don't think that's the way to help Filipinos uplift their lives, diba? So anyway, again, please choose honest leaders. It cannot get any clearer than that, okay? So anyway, thank you for tuning in. You are with me here at Good, Great, Unstoppable, the Francine de las Alas Show. And I am your host. You can call me DJ Chinne. And every Saturdays po, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., nagla-live stream po kami dito coming from DZRJ 810 AM. Madaling-madali lang po kaming hanapin sa Facebook. Diba? In the search box, just type DZRJ 810 AM and then voila, lalabas na rin kami doon. Then, of course, in your, if you don't have, if you prefer to watch us from the BoobTube, kumbaga sa TV, then you just can also catch us at Sky Cable Channel and also at the TV Plus Box channel at your area, in your given area, okay? So, syempre, meron din kaming YouTube channel, that's RJ News PH. Please subscribe and don't forget to CLC nicely. Hindi na po natin kailangan ng mga nasty comments at because 99% na po ng population natin ay exposed to that. Okay? So, anyway, Pinoys, ano na? You know, guys, ito ha, kukwentuhan ko kayo. There are 2 major psychosocial events in the last 2 years, since 2020, that has proven time and again, di ba? My behavioral observation of us Pinoys and also its implications, di ba? So tungkol to sa pa-character natin, di ba? As not as an individual but um, as a one as a one race, one nation. Unfortunately, guys, diba, it is not very promising and will prove even more that it will be highly detrimental in times of more crisis. So, syempre, diba, we're talking about now what's going on in Ukraine, diba, and, you know, nagka-flex ang Russia, and of course, China's also flexing. So, any pasensya na kayo, medyo kinakating nose. Itchy lang siya. Hindi naman ako allergic. But anyway, so the first event was the pandemic, diba? We had the vax and the anti-vax wars. Not so let's and then also we now, diba, we have the election campaign party wars. And that's like everywhere in almost everyone's social media, nag-aaway-away ang mga colors. Right? Diba? But it has divided us more than ever. So unfortunately, guys, these two are not isolated incidents. Diba? Only the Sarsuela stage change. Diba? Kumbaga, so the COVID-19 pandemic, that's one stage. And then, of course, now the election campaign, that's another stage. But the players and the character of the players, yung pagkatao natin remain, diba? And we have exhibited a great gap in our unity and exhibited horrible capabilities to hurt and damage others just so to get what we want. So how sad, diba? We maybe, diba, we forgot that looking back, diba, in the case of World War II, these were the mindset, attitude, and behaviors of the makapili, yung mga traidor ng bayan. Diba? I'm sure naalala niyo sa club because in the old movies, during the black and white of sila Nestor Torre, diba, Nida Blanca, or sino ba? Yung mga old, mga 1960s, 1940s nating movie, the makapili were the hooded guys, diba? Na nagtatraidor, diba? They cover their faces to pinpoint yung mga guerrilla or mga spia para sa bayan. Okay? So right now, guys, we are with this kind of behavior, diba? With this kind of mindset, attitude, and behavior, the being so disunited, diba? Of being makanya-kanya, diba? We are becoming a generation of makapili. Okay? So don't be mad. Okay? Bato-bato sa langit ang tamaan magalit. I mean, sabi nila. But that's not what I'm saying here. It's just pointing out the facts. By looking at these two events I have mentioned on a behavioral scale, factually, vax and the anti-vax wars, and now, diba, election camp wars, diba, has truly, are facts that has really, truly divided us as a nation. Okay? So anyway, more than ever, as I said, we are capable of dividing the nation. And we are breeding ourselves as makapili. And there will come a time, diba? Let's say, nagkaroon ng World War III ulit, hindi na po ako magtataka if we are, dati konti-konti lang ang makapili, diba? Nagtatago pa. If most of us are like that. Okay? So we have deeply disregarded virtues and values to self-serve our own. Diba? Alam ko naman, everyone's got a price. Totoo yan. Right? Lahat may presyo. Hindi tayo kailangan ma-offend doon because meron tayong pangangailangan. Meron tayong pinoprotektohan. Diba? But frankly, I don't think it still holds true. Diba? That we are worth dying for. Diba? Sayang yung pagkamatay ni Noy Aquino. Diba? Isn't it kasi, diba, that dying for the Filipinos mean that these Filipinos fight for the same virtues and values aimed at protecting these, at preserving these, diba? So, paano na, diba? Anti-vaxxers think that they are right, diba? And in this election, dishonesty is whitewashed and watered down sa simpleng TikTok, sa simpleng fake news, diba? So as you can see, thieves and criminals also run and win offices. These are just to name a few game-changing incidents. Diba? God forbid that if someone of authority says something about this forcefully, cancel culture, the culture of trolling and bullying are also not far behind. Kasi nga, gano'n na tayo. We are so divided. And ironically, di ba, etong kultura na to, these incidents also prove my point. Okay? So again, what's my point? We have become a nation of self-serving interests, di ba? We serve ourselves first before the nation as one, di ba? And thus have become a nation of self-sabotagers. We are all in this boat, guys, of this nature. We are all in this boat of this nature and culture. We are all becoming, diba? We are all becoming self-sabotagers. We are all becoming a nature of a culture of health, of haters of one another, so divided. Diba? So, I don't know. I asked myself, can we still change it? Maybe. Diba? It's parang I also wonder, diba, parang I don't think we are already at the critical point of no return, but diba, because it is it's not just a few, diba, but on a thousands, hundreds and thousands of scales of individuals of individuals uh following only what they following their beliefs kahit mali, or 'di ba, and a camp na tama or what, ewan ko na, 'di ba, ewan ko na kung kaya pa nating maging isang parang mga, 'di ba, ideal yung mga Filipinos who will, as I said, protect our virtues and values. Okay, so I also don't think that change begin with each one. Itong ganitong scale, 'di ba, hindi na siya kaya, 'di ba? I do think that though I mean, I'm sorry, I do think that changes begin with each one of us, but I don't think we would want to change. So there's also a big difference. Okay, so kahit gusto mong magbago, pero kahit na kahit na there's a capability to change, the wanting to change, no one wants to do that. Diba? So there's a big difference. So it's so sad that values are so subjective also. Diba? So I can't say that doctrines of religion or churches are what we have to go back to. So para ma-preserve natin yung values at virtues na yun, because as we can see, no one church behaves the same way in the name of values and virtues for the common good. Kanya-kanyang interpretation. So we also can't refer to that. I also wish to say, from the principles of being human or humane, we can still, diba, go back to that kind of culture na we really preserve and fight for the same principles, diba, for the same virtues and values, diba. I wish that I could say, oh sige, being human, ito is what you can do. We can, but that is another for now, it's another topic, diba. So ang question now is, meron nga bang universal principles to be united as a people? So I ask this, as I ask this, I'm also reminded of Korea. I'm also reminded of Korea and Japan. Diba sila, ibang klase, diba? Hindi sila ganun, hindi sila watak-watak. Alam nila ang mali sa tama, diba? So I guess what we can do is, if we really truly want a nation of a great nation and a great people, we can look to these ideal cultures, diba? And learn to grow this in each one of that, and Singapore, diba? So we also know that no one changes overnight, but maybe, just maybe, I do hope that it's not too late for us as a people. So yun lang po ang observation ko, diba? We are becoming a nation who betrays one another, and therefore a nation of self-sabotagers. Time will come that this will, ano bang tawag to? Sisingilin tayo nito. Diba? So I really hope that it's not too late for us to unite, diba, as a culture. Hindi yung siraan as a culture. Okay? So good luck to all of us po. Anyway, may this coming election return us to a pagkatao that we all wish to be, that we all wish to have, and that we all wish to develop as a people and as a nation. So ito na po another pagkakataon. Gabi, every election na lang, I always say, wow, pang time na to election, pero you know what? Wala talaga. Hi. Anyway, now speaking of election, here is my panawagan. Okay? We've had PSAs in between, but this one is for May 9 already, this coming Monday. So ito po, to the candidates, walang patayan please. May next elections pa naman. So if matalo ka, take it well. All right? And you don't have to, in fact, you don't have to be a politician unless may vested interest ka. So wala kaming magagawa doon, di ba? Pero you don't have to be a politician to help. So in the meantime, pag natalo ka, di ba, work towards building the community. Continue that pa rin, di ba? And so maybe in the next election, you will finally make it. Okay? Pero yun nga, please, to the candidates, wala pong patayan. Okay? Important, more, and also equally more important, once you are chosen, please follow through. Everyone has made great promises, di ba? Ako po, 30 years, wala akong trabaho, wala akong makuhang trabaho. Kaya nagnegosyo na lang, di ba? So anyway, tawag dito. So ibig sabihin, I don't know about the others, diba? But please follow through ano man yung promise. And please naman, sana naman, para to sa campaign, diba? Sana hindi rin kayo nag-overpromise. Anyway, so turn your words of hope into a method of creating real life-changing results for the Filipino, yung ikaka-proud natin. So mga candidates, yun po ang aking bilin. Now, to the voters, kayo pa rin po ang tutulong sa sarili nyo, diba? Na umunlad. So whoever we place there, in that position, whether it's senator, kagawad, councilor, congressman, vice president, president, you will still be the one to help yourself, di ba? Tignan nyo, di ba? Sa lahat ng oras, araw-araw na nangailangan kayo ng pera, every 15:30 magbabayad ng bills, right? Sino ba ang nagtrabaho para magawa ng paraan yon or para mabayaran yon? Di ba ikaw? Di ba? Hindi naman dumating yung gobyerno para sabihin, hey guys, eto yung pambayad mo ng Meralco today. At eto yung 1 month mong extra additional subsidy kasi alam namin kulang ang minimum. Wala namang gumanon, di ba? So, di ba? Kung meron man, please pa sabihin nyo sa akin kung saan kasi pipila po ako doon. Di ba? So, kung sino man ang manalo, your actions, guys, will still be your own game changer. So, we cannot blame na ang gobyerno ay ganito. Please. Ako talaga sa totoo, I've been consciously aware. I've been aware for the parang at least politically and socially, di ba? For the last 40 years of my life. And you know what, guys? Sa totoo lang, lahat ng mga nakuha ko sa buhay ko ay hindi dahil ginawa ng gobyerno para sa akin. Ako po ang gumawa nun. Diba? So anyway, and to the nation, nakaw is nakaw, dishonesty is dishonesty, sell out is sell out. Hindi na po natin, wala pong gray area doon, di ba? Ang nagnakaw. Yun nga lang, Diyos ko dahil, di ba? Paggabi, naglalak ka ng bahay mo dahil yung kapitbahay, di ba? Hindi mo mapagkatiwalaan yung kapitbahay mo. So, bakit natin pagkakatiwala yung buong peace of mind ng bayan natin, di ba? Sa mga magnanakaw at sa mga sell out at sa mga dishonest. So, please, wag na talaga. So, anyway, vote the ones who did not steal, yung walang record, di ba? Tapos consistently honest at walang bahid ng kahit anong krimen i-hurl sa kanila, di ba? And those who do not, and vote for those who won't sell us out to China. Kahit ano pang justification, pero binenta tayo sa China, wala pong klaseng excuse na pwedeng ipamigay ang sovereignty natin. Okay? So, yun lang po. Kasi guys, promise, China is cruel. Diba? So, anyway, I wish I could say otherwise. Anyway, so nakakalungkot isipin that we have to have panawagans like this, diba? So, but reality sucks, reality bites. Thinking of ourselves has become more pronounced and we have become more brazen about it. So, sana naman, diba? Come next election, ito na yung election period, this whole set of new officers, diba? New officials na makakapag-heal ng land natin. Okay? And stand against purveyors of corruption. Sobrang lalim na pero ewan ko. Diba? I'm so, what do you call that? Wala nang tiwala. Iyon. But anyway, so now, let's now go on the micro level, 'di ba? Tayo yung boboto, right? So it begs so with this PSA, it begs a question. as a citizen who wants to have a better life and good governance, tutulong ba tayo? Tutulong ba ako? 'Di ba? Magbabago ba ako para sa bayan? So let's say today ng election May 9 and I already voted. Do I just go home and go about my day or my days as I would typically, 'di ba? Life goes on, 'di ba? As they say, but what if I don't want the same life and want something better? Uupo na lang ba ako or papasok sa trabaho? Ganun, di ba? Would we just go about our usual ways? So let's simulate and determine if changes will really happen in the next 6 years of our candidate, as our candidates has promised. Okay? One, if I want a better life, and let's say, di ba, that means money is a problem, and we know that everything has cost. After election ba, tinulungan ko ba yung sarili ko para humanap ng work or extra income or even set up a business so that I, 'di ba? So this is a determiner kung ano yung ginawa ko para sa ikabubuti ko at ikabubuti ng buhay ko. Healthily ha, hindi yung self-serving. So this is a determiner kasi this behavior that for as long as we are living below our respectable income, 'di ba? And thinking that the government can change, we will just be a pabigat sa gobyerno. Okay? So anyway, number 2, tutulong ba ako sa existing na batas beginning in my home and when I step out of the house every single time. So for example, sa bahay, did I start segregating waste? Do I do that diligently, 'di ba? Honest ba ako sa mga kasambahay ko? 'Di ba? 'Di ba even sa kasama ko sa bahay or sa kapitbahay ko or in my community? 'Di ba? Hindi ba ako nagpa-park sa driveway ng iba, 'di ba? Hindi ba ako nagpa-park sa side street na clearly bawal ng, 'di ba? May mga ganong laws. Ginagawa ko ba 'yon or do I violate? Do I counterflow, 'di ba? In my neighborhood, do I clean my yung sa labas ng gate ko? 'Di ba nagwawalis ba ako ng bahay? So in public, do I follow traffic, commuter, pedestrian and society rules na whether it's customary or not? Diba yung mga customary meaning, hindi na kailangan sabihin sa'yo na huwag kang mag-counterflow or magbibit ng red light or maglalagay, diba? Sa mga ating mga traffic enforcers pag nahuli tayo. Do you do that? So that will also determine, diba, how far our nation, your actions will determine kung yung pagtulong mo, it will take our nations towards greatness, diba? So ano pa? Do I admit mistakes and take accountability for my actions that affect my family's life, my life, and my community? So I have to do that. Kailangan hindi pwede. Consequential thinking, di ba? So bago ko gawin, I will make sure first na tama yung aking desisyon, aking choice at hindi makakatapak sa iba. Di ba? So am I being disciplined and responsible more every day even after election? So yun yung mga questions na pwede mong itanong. So in case, di ba, mahirap to because it means it will require the best of your pagkatao. So that means ako ang sagot mo ay mahirap, malabo, kaya meron kang ganitong sagot, kasi naman, o di ba, may kasi o kaya, ganon, mga post, our nation will remain the same. So, tawag dito, we demand good governance because we need to fulfill our basic needs. Diba? And ideally, ma-fulfill to in a very respectable and decent manner. But guys, the government can only build instruments, laws, infrastructures, diba, for economies and peace and order. And the ones who will bring these to life is us. So I say this over and over, guys. Kailangan yung tandaan, mas marami tayong Pilipino than government officials and employees. So if we keep blaming them, diba, for the failure of our lives and our government or our system, diba, it's really not completely right. At the very least, sabihin mo nang gusto natin mag-blame, 50% will come from us. But that's conservative because we all know that 99.9% will be required of us to make a good government, to make a good nation. Diba? To make a strong nation. So it goes without saying, diba, that this election and all the coming elections will not change our lives. Diba? Our government's foundation pati is corruption. So expect it to be unkabogable. Hindi na po ito makakabog. Diba? These corruption these corrupt individuals must voluntarily step down talaga. Laterally, top to bottom, lahat, diba? Left to right, sabay-sabay. At hindi na at yung mga corrupt na nagnanasang to take their place ay hindi na mag-step up. Yung mga malilinis. Ganon na ang klaseng solusyon natin, di ba? So, I suggest, guys, if you really want to make a good government, a strong nation, a strong us, look within you, di ba? In each one of us to get the life that we want. Di ba? Kasi sayang ang oras if we wait for the government to improve our lot. No? Okay, anyway, so if you know what it takes to be a decent Pinoy, you will no longer vote for those who selfishly just make a toy out of you at kumbaga pinaglalaroan ka lang so that they can be voted in power. Okay? So anyway, my point is, it really just begins with us. Alright? So anyway, ano nga ba ang makakapag-heal sa election season wounds, diba? Alam mong sagot ko, lechon. Lechon lamang ang makakapag-heal ng ating nation. I saw this post by a friend reminding everyone not to waste good relationships over political differences. Diba? So it made me ask, what would heal and unite us nga ba? Diba? And you know, when I was going through the reels in my head, and every, diba, to mga food vloggers who go all over the world, it's really food that unites us. Diba? Walang Islam, walang Katoliko, walang Christian, walang Jew, diba? Walang ganoon, diba? Pagdating sa harap ng pagkain, food is really a healer and a unifier. So nung sa post na yon, ang kinoment ko, ang sinuggest ko after ko inisip, yes, food, dapat lechon. So sino man, diba? Kung so magpa-lechon na kung sino man para magbati-bati na tayong lahat. Sana nakipag-away na lang ako kasi lugi ako. Wala akong lechon. Ako ang bibili ng sarili kong lechon. Kasi wala akong nakaaway. Anyway, seriously, the political difference, especially if shady yung character ng mga pinopromote nila, is hindi naman kawalan. Yun naman ang stand ko. Ang pagkataong ganito na kung ang pinipili, ang pagkataong ganito na makapili, bordering, di ba? Na makapili ng World War II, tapos magkakaroon ng crisis, yung ganitong klaseng tao is sure to be on the traitors list. Diba? Pipili ka ba na isang taong ganito na gusto mong kasama sa circle mo? I remember, okay, merong isang the mass exodus na nangyari in 2000, I don't know, I think 18 or 19, diba? So, yung mga, they really, diba, parang napaka-orchestrated ng the way they exited and made it look like biglaan. Pero nakaplano yung may mga video, nakaplano yung, di ba, nakalatag na lahat, pati yung kung ano yung mga liging pangalan ng bagong organization, kung ano yung sistema, lahat, nakalatag na lahat. Kaya nung nangyari yung Great Divide, di ba? Pero here, those who, our mentor would always say, na pagka ba, let's say, the boat is sinking at may butas, ikaw ba yung tatalon? Di ba? Or ikaw yung tutulong para takpan yung butas? And those who actually left were those who jumped, diba? Jumped ship, kumbaga, dahil pumapasok na yung tubig. Something to their minds, diba? That time, syempre, diba, it was for me, ang tingin ko doon sa pagtatraidor na yon, hindi ang isip lang nila sarili nila, hindi yung mga buong organization whose lives, diba? We're depending on them, the changes, ganon. So anyway, eto ka. Tapos na po yun. Pero you know what? Yung isa sa mga traidor doon, hanggang ngayon, actually hindi isa. 1, 2. At least 2 na nakilala ko. Hanggang ngayon, traidor pa rin. So yun yung masakit, diba? Would you want sa etong political difference, ito tapos lalo na ang mga pinili ay mga shady yung mga characters, sinuportan, lalo na nagnakaw, dishonest and all that, diba? would you want them in your circle? Be civil na lang, guys, 'di ba? Heal on your own. I also don't condone that you have in your circle someone who will betray you and your trust, 'di ba? You need a relationship that does not just have your back but has it in the name of good. Hindi po yung subjective good but for the good of the majority. Yun po. So kung hindi na kayo magbati-bati, okay lang yan. 'Di ba? Okay lang yan. 'Di ba? Tawag dito. Now, kung okay, 'di ba? Kasi I'm sure you don't want ayun, okay lang yan. Period. Okay? So anyway, now let's move on. All right? Tomorrow, ibahin na natin. So tapos na po ako sa election. All right? So I wish I could say malalaki na kayo, alam nyo na yan. I'm just trusting na malalaki na kayo at you will follow the ethics of honesty. All right? So anyway, let's move on. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. So I only realized it was Mother's Day when I was writing this episode. I don't really make a big deal of it ever since. Diba? Hindi ko naman alam why I don't have a tug on that. Diba? I don't have the feel na parang, oh, it's Mother's Day. I must be made fresh. Wala akong ganon. I don't know why. Anyway, so so in other words, wala akong neediness factor for that. So I don't equate gifts in kinds as a love language during mga occasions ng ganito, 'di ba? And I think if ask ako ng mga kids ko kung ano yung gali, gusto ko lang silang, of course, aside from being healthy, 'di ba? Gusto ko rin sila being happy, gusto ko rin silang mag-succeed prosperously. Yun ang pinaka-greatest gift sa akin, yung makita kong they can stand on their own, 'di ba? And make good judgment and healthy decisions. Yun. So anyway, yun yung gift ko. Pero but for some, it might be important. Diba? Kasi ito lang yung break nila. Ito na yung recognition nila. So if your mom has been a stay-at-home mom, especially for more than 10 years, guys, please always prepare something for them, not during the last minute. Diba? So ito, I suggest you can prepare. Yung pag nagpe-prepare ka ahead of time, mas masaya yon sa mga magulang. Ako, even if I'm not needy, if let's say my kids prepared something for me, I would be happy. Anyway, okay? So I suggest you prep and do something sweet and thoughtful. So ako, here is my top 5 suggestion. If I were to be asked what Mother's Day gift I would want. Okay? We always have breakfast in bed kasi maliit lang yung bahay namin. Our breakfasts are, pancakes. Masarap yung breakfast namin. Pero let's say, if I wanted more fun, syempre I would want breakfast in bed with a song number, a dance number, aside from just hugs and kisses. Diba? Tapos, ang gusto ko rin, so it's isa yon that you guys can do. So, syempre, planuhin nyo, dapat dance number, hindi lang yung doon kayo kakata impromptu. Doon, makikita kasi namin as a mom, that the effort that you put and the time that you put to make it, to make the moment special, that's what counts for us. Number 2, siguro choose, diba, usually parents, diba, napapagalitan kayo or what for things that are paulit-ulit. Baka naman, diba, you can choose one teaching na pag-aaralan mo how you can be that person, or isang tulong in the household that you will learn and you will learn and build in you, diba, even if it's just for a year, diba? So ang gawin mo, parang make it a cute coupon in a card that says, for 1 year, Mom, I will learn how to communicate with you. Diba? For 1 year, Mom, I will do this or that. Ganun. 1 year. Bakit 1 year? Kasi we want it thoughtful. Yun yung part na kasi hindi mo naman gustong gawin yun araw-araw, diba? Pero the fact that on those times na ayaw mong gawin, pero ginagawa mo pa rin, that's what loving your mom is, especially kung stay at home siya. O kaya, another suggestion is movie date for a year. Pagplanuhan yung mga magkakapatid or kayo, di ba? That quarterly, Mom, we're going on a movie, kayo na yung magsabi. Di ba? Kung pwede rin, holding hands kahit malaki na kayo. Akbayan nyo yung mami nyo. Sobrang simple lang noon, di ba? Na hinihingi nila. Tawag dito. Kaya, gift of travel. Siguro sa mom and dad or lahat kayo, mag-staycation. Diba? These are things that you can plan, especially kung let's say malaki na kayo. Pag mga kids, syempre iba, breakfast in bed, dance number, diba? Iba yun. Pero I'm talking to uh, kids here already in their teenage, yung mga may awareness na teenager na or college or even if di ba, kahit na may pamilya na kayo, di ba, show pa rin that you love your mom, di ba? Or you can maybe, di ba, this is what parents do every day. They cook and wash dishes every single day. They do laundry every single day. They clean bathrooms regularly every week, either twice a week yan or every day, diba? Or once a week, diba? They do yung houses. Pumili kayo doon na ginagawa ng mom nyo. Let's say, tatlo doon. Let's say for this whole week kayo yung magluluto. Diba? Or every weekend for the next 4 or 5 weekends kayo magluluto or every quarter, something like that. The point here is you take away the typical source of pagod, diba? The typical sacrifices of parents with their and kayo naman ay irigalo nyo sa kanila. And mom, of course, wag naman umabuso. Wag nyo kawain pag hindi nila ginawa yan. Right? So anyway, ako, you know, I don't know about other moms who's been a mom longer than 10 years, but yun nga, usually we just want a break, a help, and a reassurance. Diba? And nakita nyo rin yung mga sinacrifice namin at mga pagod out of love for you children. Okay? So kids, guys, be creative, be loving, be thoughtful. So if you need to mend relationship wounds that are mendable naman, go ahead, di ba? Kung hindi naman abusive yung mga magulang nyo, di ba? Yung mga abusive, naku, wag na. As in, di ba? Sorry. So to all the mothers out there, I hope naman, di ba, that you will have a great, happy, that you, to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Ang sasabihin ko sana, it's HMD, di ba, ala millennial. Pero naalala ko, sakit nga pala ang HMD, hoof and mouth disease. So, buuin na lang natin. Happy Mother's Day. May every day be a Mother's Day for you and may you be blessed with wonderful, loving children as well. And kayo din, may you be a blessing to your kids. All right? So anyway, oh my gulay, ako guys, Korea is calling me. So Mother's Day pa, di ba? And who's to say that we, moms, cannot give a Mother's Day gift to ourselves? Ako guys, one thing comes to mind, di ba? I want to go and do an advanced tripping na sa Korea. We are going next year for free. But kasi because of our team up, step up. And now we are halfway there in the second period. Tatapusin na lang namin. But as I watch all my K-dramas, I am getting more and more and more and more called to travel to such a beautiful country. Diba? So I just don't know if they already allow tourists, but I'm already preparing. Nahanap ko na saan kukuha ng international vax cards or vaccination, our vax cert din. And ayos na namin. O, diba? Our passport has arrived. Oh, by the way, thank you, DFA. So in other words, guys, sobrang, diba? Preparing na kami for the trip in case we decide to push for it. Pero ito, bakit ako gustong regaluhan yung sarili ko na Mother's Day gift? Kasi po, I really want to go and enjoy their street food, their grilled meat restaurants, and their sauna. Grabe, gusto ko mag-fold ng towel like that at mag-break ng itlog sa ko. Diba? I want to go to Ensol Tower and hang a padlock and seal our love there naming mag-asawa. And I want to go and see temples, even those cemeteries, diba? Yung, that are atop hills that overlooks great views, yung mga mound, diba? So yung ganun, I want to see that also. No, I want to experience snow and also their cold weather. Gusto ko mag-parka, gusto ko mag-fake fur, ayan. So I want to experience their culture as well. Yung nagbabaw ka, I've been reading about it, and there are different kinds of bows, do you know? Diba? And lastly, of course, I want to meet my K-drama idols. There's Yoon Bin, and I've been watching them again, and Sonia Jin, and Kim Sun Ho, and many, many, many more. As if naman makikilala ko sila, but you never know. Anyway, so ganun po ako ka-excited. Yun po yung gusto kong Mother's Day gift sa sarili ko. And if my kids wanna give that to me, which I doubt, diba? Fine, but I will give that to me. So feeling ko ito na yung best Mother's Day gift ko na makakalimutan ko na lahat ng ayokong gawin sa bahay. for the last 10 years. All right. So if you are also a mom, go and you think that you want to give yourself a Mother's Day gift, go ahead. Sana Korea din. At kung gusto mo ng free Korea, please message me. Okay. Anyway, now we're finally on our convo, and this is our last leg na tayo, di ba? It's 7:41, so we're pretty much kakain na ako. Halapit na. I'm so hungry. Nag-dieta po kasi ako. But anyway, so now we are at the last leg of our convo. So ito guys, di ba? Itong show na to, this is like my diary on air. Di ba? I do share my life hacks here, di ba? What helps me become happy, what helps me go for my goals and my dreams, di ba? Kahit hindi pa sila nangyayari. So I share it here, di ba? And I share the, when it comes to toughing it out, dito ko siya sinishare. Okay? So I wish though, diba, that hindi na natin kailangan maging tough every day. But life has cost and we make decisions with lasting and irreversible consequences. So we also bring that with us, of course, kahit na, diba, meron din tayong mga responsibilities sa sarili natin that we take with us from birth until the present, diba? We have the responsibility of also taking care of ourselves. So even if we remain, let's say, single and do not build a family, we still have ourselves to manage. So walang kawala at walang libre. Ang buhay natin ay costly kahit mag-isa lang tayo, diba? So it can be, life can be burdensome, diba? So unfortunately, diba, as certain aspects of life will not go our way. And it or will take its time, diba? And in my case, it's in the area of financial wellness. So yun po ang aking peace of mind, diba? And siya po ang that's my peace of mind and state of happiness breaker. So if I have problems in this area of financial wellness, ay nako, mark my words guys, nangangatog na po ako. Okay? So when I'm not saying that I love money, I'm just saying that I really love and appreciate the peace of mind it brings. Diba? So when my plans never go my way, and somewhere in between, nakakapagod po. So I really just let go. And during that letting go, I still learn lessons about myself. Hindi ko naman po completely shut off, diba? But sadly, hindi naman lesson ang hinahanap ko. Hinahanap ko po ay way to get breakthroughs para maging prosperous na everyday. Diba? Like those earners, good earners, top earners in our team. So, however, as I go through my low points, diba, these lessons in life, diba, and about living get validated. So, paulit-ulit po universally. So, kayo, diba, you may also be going through your low points. And I hope these emotional life hacks that I will share with you, diba, will also be very helpful sa inyo. So ito, tatlo lang po yung shinare ko dito kasi ito lang naman po, this is the 3 that I have been that I have gone through so far since I let go. Okay. So explain ko lang, no. When I say let go, there are emotional wounds and there are spiritual wounds. Yung sa akin po, 'di ba? The emotional wounds means I'm able to get up. So okay na ako doon. But when the wound does not heal at para, 'di ba, nagiging lumalalim siya at nagiging spiritual wound siya. So ako nandoon na po ako sa part na 'yon ngayon. Okay? So anyway, so ito po yung these are one of the things that I letting go that is very important is have the escape tool. So even if you, 'di ba, have an escape tool, even if you take a break topics in psychology today, it will tell you how necessary it is, diba? So ito naman, in my experience, when we keep going, our brain is in work mode all the time for as long as we're palo, and hataw. And I noticed, diba, and I'm sure you guys also noticed that it gets to a point that it does not anymore want to think or it does not anymore want to process itself further physically. I also noticed that when I just take my breaks during the day by watching my favorite K-drama or just, taking a nap, or doing something mindless, diba? My brain, when my brain starts is tired na, it stops thinking and just flows mentally. Nagiging parang procedural lang po siya. Yung typical, just going, gano'n lang siya. Tumutuloy. Kasi syempre buhay ka, di ba? So given enough break time, what I notice also, that the brain also starts to rev up. So once you give this time to breathe, di ba? Mag-heal from the thinking and processing and overworking, di ba? The brain will rev up itself. And it will again rev up and think till it takes us to a point where we again become antsy and begin to want to move again. So in other words, if we have pushed ourselves mentally, our brain in a way shuts itself and cues us to help it recover. So kailangan makinig tayo doon. So spiritual wounds, mental wounds, di ba? Kaya niyang our brain, di ba? I always say it's IQ over EQ. Our brain can really overwork our emotions and our faith, di ba? Kasi it's just about perspectives, IQ over EQ, di ba? But when our brain already says, okay, I'm tired, kasi it gets tired pag wala nang, especially pag walang nangyayari, di ba? It will shut down and then it will ask, parang it's its way of asking us to help it recover. So if ever you are in this mode, ito naman ang suggest ko, find escape tools, kumbaga, right? So ang mga escape tools, it can be, ako, let's say between now and next year, let's say for the next 12 months, I know that if I keep going and going, I will break maybe 2 times or 3 times. Mapapagod ako, iiyak, di ba? Ma-open yung aking wounds if hindi pa ako pagbigyan ng mighty heavens. Kung baga, di ba? So now pa lang, ipaplano ko na if this happens, di ba, I might want to travel. So if I'm gonna travel, it will have cost. So I'm going to do is I'm going to start saving or do something para magkapera ako extra, di ba, para doon sa aking travel escape. Diba? Pwede rin, I will save up for a staycation over the weekend or 3 days, diba? In my case, diba, I love watching K-drama, something so mindless, diba? Yung nakatitig lang ako gano'n, and gusto ko tumawa ako ng hindi nag-iisip, like that. So that's fine with me. That is also an escape tool, diba? Or if let's say you have a hobby, you like to paint, diba? Or you want to do something with your hands, you want to bake, just so anything mindless, just do that, diba? What I'm just saying is you have to have your list of escape tools that will be your go-to when you feel like letting go. Kasi let's say if the emotional wounds are too much or the spiritual wounds need healing, diba? Okay, next is wind up. Diba? Unfortunately, we have to participate also in our own life. Hindi tayo pwedeng down all the time. Okay? So we need to get back. We need to get back. Mentally, ito yung pinakamaganda. Mentally, we will also be made to get up. So might as well make it serve us in our goals. Okay? So in our brain, there is a get up point. Sabi ko nga, magiging antsy ka rin after mo magpahinga. So yan ay makipapansin mo, tumatayo ka, doing stuff. Diba? Doing other stuff aside from your, di ba, parang ayaw mo dun sa inyong mindless activity during nakapagpahinga na kasing brain mo. So when you are this part, wind up, nandun ka na sa part na antsy, you're looking for something to do, have naman a wind up list. Ano yung mga bagay that you will do in order to set yourself back up? Okay, and as I said, okay, you need, and those tools must be foundations or push or lifts na para sa mga goals natin, di ba? Kasi kesa naman lift nga siya, sinayang mo nag-wind up at hugas ka lang ng plato, naglaba ka lang, di ba? Or, di ba? So, lagay mo na sa something productive. So, so don't waste, when you come to this, ayun nga, wag niyong sayangin sa mga hugas ng plato. So a good wind-up tool for me is a book. Okay? So whether you want to believe it or not, guys, you need to have books like this one. Saan na ba yun? You need to get books by, like this. Diba? Tony Robbins, Awakening the Giant Within. Anything that can help you get back on track, that will inspire you and motivate you. Okay? So you can also, so aside from a book, a motivational video, or maybe a dance music in the morning, set it up na. Di ba? Ako, I always say this. Alexa, happy music, please. Let's see.
Happy music from Spotify.
Ayan. Alexa, stop. Ayan. O, diba? Tapos yung play na niya yun. Yun. So, you can do that. So, eto na kasi, everything is geared towards setting you back, getting you back on track, diba, of your goals. So, as your mood improves, it's also the best time to start, to start picking up from where you left off. So, when you are winding up, diba, towards getting back on track, you do na activities that will build you. Then, pagka okay ka na, when your mood improves, you now have to, or if you can push yourself, whether do you have an improved mood or not, maglagay ka ng mga significant goal-driven activities na doon. Okay? So, yun. Third is healing. Ito parating hindi ito mawawala. I've been talking about this in my radio for the last, I think, 11 years. But, yun. I don't know about you guys, but I don't, ito naman sa healing ko, di ba? I don't turn to, I don't pray when I'm down. I feel kasi that if God asked me, would I answer my own prayers? What I see is not why I won't answer my prayers, but why I can't. Kasi kulang pa ako. Okay? So, so parang it's, I don't think God spoils us, diba? I do recognize that the heaven does not provide the breakthroughs right away. What we need though, kasi para mangyari yun, is massive action on our part to make us worthy. And you might probably say, yeah, but God's not like that. He's merciful. Actually, ito yung massive action natin, no matter how tired we become, it only takes one breakthrough, diba? One breakthrough has enough tidal power or tidal energy to quell and heal all the tiredness natin na binigay dun sa massive action na yun. O, diba? Kaya, anyway, so yun naman, so hanggat hindi pa ako nagma-massive action, kasi yung iba hindi ko alam kung ano yung action na dapat i-take ko. Kasi as far as I'm concerned, ginagawa ko naman siya. Diba? Baka meron pa akong hindi nakikita or nagagawa. But basically, hanggat hindi ko pa na-figure out lahat yan siguro, diba? Hindi ko rin, and so that kulang na kulang pa yung ginagawa ko, hindi ko rin ma-ask parang kay Lord, diba? So I don't go into prayers, diba? Hindi ko parang nilalagay ko yung luha ko sa tamang lugar, kumbaga. Okay? But anyway, so as a yun yung whenever pero so because I also go examine myself, healing is also a process of self-examination. So it's very important, okay? So dito ko nire-recognize yung aking mga shortcomings. So I know what I have to correct. So I know what my issue is. So hindi dapat ako denial. So in your healing part dapat kasama to. Okay? So anyways, that's just that's me now, diba? But ang sinasabi ko lang dito is when you are already in the letting go mode, either emotional wounds na talagang gusto nyo ipahinga, or spiritual woundedness or mystical woundedness na kumbaga, you also have to have a set of healing modalities with you. Okay? Because you need to get to the point na after mong nandun ka sa escape mode, that everything is just mindless, diba? And nandun ka sa pagkatapos nun, yung healing, may gap between the wind-up mode and the escape mode, and that is where the healing will have to happen. Diba? So, kailangan mo rin. Kasi kung hindi, you might crash right away. Alright? So, anyway, ayun. So, there you go, guys. Escape, heal, and wind up. So, if you ask me, guys, my pain is no longer emotional. As I've said, it is in the spiritual wound level na ulit. Diba? Feeling ko I have to hindi to nakakaya ng there hindi siya nagkakaya, hindi rin siya nakakaya nito, but and I know that what it already needs is a tangible success. Yun naman yung iniiyak ng aking soul, diba? Tangible success, one that is lifetime, and one na will be in the area of financial wellness, that will be secure, that will be like long-term, forever peace of mind for me and my kids. So hindi na siya nadadaan sa perspective, but tawag dito, since I am in the escape, I'm also giving myself time to because I was coming from escape and then in the heal escape zone and the heal zone part, kumbaga, nandun na ako sa wind up. So I still don't have the answers on what will give me, 'di ba? The active actions that I have to do that will give me the breakthrough, pero willing na ulit akong lumaban. And that's what we need. That's where we need to be. 'Di ba? Kasi my God, what if you have to live up to 100 years old, 'di ba? Ang hina-hina mo. Hindi pwede. Suicide is not an answer talaga. 'Di ba? So, or iyak ng iyak is not an answer. But anyway, so yun. So, I hope ito pwede nyo balik-balikan, escape, heal, and wind up. Okay? So, alright. So, ayun nga. So, kayo, so if you are in this case, 'di ba? Be forgiving, but be also, I think, but be also be honest with yourself during this time of escape, heal, and wind up. Okay? Ako as 'di ba, I said nga, 'di ba, may spiritual wounds, hindi na siya kaya sa mga biblical verses or mga quotations sa mga perspective. Kailangan nito talaga is actual na I will already, 'di ba, that my breakthroughs na I start earning $1,500 per week or $2,500 per week every single week. 'Di ba? Until I decide na gusto ko na ng $4,000 per week or $7,000 per week. Gusto ko ganun na. 'Di ba? Again, I don't love money. I love the peace of mind it brings for me and my family. Okay? So, alam ko rin kung ano yung value ng life ko. So, wag niyo akong i-judge doon. Gusto niyo, upo tayo, tignan natin kung magkano yung cost ng life niya at magugulat din kayo. 'Di ba? Na hindi pala siya 15,000 or 537 pesos per day na minimum wage. 'Di ba? So anyway, so yun nga. You also have to be honest. Ako, I'm honest in in my examination in this moment of escape, heal, and wind up, na the pain is coming from lack of breakthroughs. Pero it's also na-recognize ko rin na may kailangan pa akong gawin, na marami pa akong kailangan gawin. Okay? So you also have, in this moment of that, you also need to have that examination and honesty. Okay? So anyway, I hope that you also find value in the lessons that I'm sharing. Diba? May it help you heal mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay, so we're down to the last minute. Magpapaalam na po ako. So guys, diba? Vote for honest and papaalala lang, vote for honest and truly capable leaders on Monday. Okay? And may Monday onwards be the start of a beautiful new beginning for all of us Filipinos and for the Philippines. Okay? So this is DJ Chinne po. Nagpapasalamat sa inyo for tuning in. Good night po and see you again next Saturday. Happy Mother's Day sa lahat ng mga maming mabubuting puso at mabubuting mami dyan. Okay? So good night and thank you.
The views and comments of the hosts and guests are not necessarily those of the station.